Hello, and welcome to Budget Commander. On this channel, we'll discuss Magic the Gathering topics with a focus on playing Commander on a budget. We'll cover things like deck building, top cards, deck techs, and more. Let's get started. Hey friends, today we have a Commander free-for-all for you featuring Tatyova, Gahiji, Thraximundar, and Oketra. These are all budget decks, and you can find deck lists or deck tech video links in the description below if you're interested to seeing how they play. First player up is going to be Tatyova. The goal of her deck is to put a bunch of lands onto the battlefield, turn those lands into creatures, pump those creatures up, and then knock her opponents out. Our second player is Gahiji. The goal of his deck is to kind of bring some chaos to the game. He likes enchantments too. He's got an enchantment matter, so he's going to enchant a bunch of things that he doesn't like that his opponents control. He's going to get enchantment triggers off of his enchantresses, and then also hopefully force his opponents to attack each turn if able, and encourage them to attack each other. Thraximundar is a Voltron strategy where he wants to just kind of keep the board clear of all the creatures, force his opponents to sacrifice creatures, destroy the creatures, give the creatures minus to deal damage. He just kills all the creatures and then tries to swing in for the win himself. Last up is Oketra, who is a go wide token strategy, so she wants to put lots of tokens on the battlefield, pump those tokens up, and knock her opponents out. She also has the capacity to go Voltron, and she has double strike, and there is some equipment in the deck where you can pump her up as well. First player, Tatyova, plays an island, passes the turn to Gahiji, who plays a plains, and passes the turn to Thraximundar, who plays a command tower, and passes the turn to Oketra, who plays a plains. Uses that mana to cast Soul Warden, and then we see Tatyova play a forest. Gahiji then plays a forest, casts Lignify, targeting Soul Warden, puts a swamp onto the battlefield for Thraximundar, and then casts Dimir Signet. Oketra puts a plains onto the battlefield and casts Soul's Attendant. Tatyova puts an island on the battlefield and casts Deep Reconnaissance. Gahiji plays a plains and casts Fertile Ground, targeting his forest. Thraximundar plays a mountain. Then Oketra goes to combat and attacks Gahiji for 1, bringing him down to 39. Plays the plains. Tatyova plays an island, and then flashes back Deep Reconnaissance, bringing a forest to the battlefield. Gahiji casts Rampant Growth, putting a mountain to the battlefield, and then plays Drifting Meadow for turn. Thraximundar plays another mountain. Oketra plays a plains and casts Return to Dust, exiling Dimir Signet. Then attacks Tatyova for 1, bringing her down to 39. Tatyova plays an island, casts herself, triggering Soul's Attendant, gaining Oketra 1 life. Gahiji plays Command Tower, then casts Plea for Guidance, searching up a couple of enchantments out of his deck. Gahiji plays Encroaching Wastes, immediately sacrifices Encroaching Wastes to destroy Gahiji's Command Tower. Oketra plays a plains, attacks Gahiji with Soul's Attendant for 1, and then casts Oketra herself, triggering Soul's Attendant, gain Oketra another life. Tatyova plays a forest, triggering herself, gaining a life and drawing a card. And then casts Kamal's Druidic Vow, where X is equal to 6, revealing 4 forests, or 4 lands, sorry, 2 islands and 2 forests, putting them onto the battlefield. And then Tatyova gets 4 triggers off of that, gaining 4 life and drawing 4 cards. Then with the Flood of Mana, casts Cultivate, triggering Tatyova again, gaining another life and drawing another card. Goes to clean up and discards trade routes, 2 forests, and an island. Gahiji plays a forest and casts Elemental Resonance, targeting fertile ground. Thraximundar misses a land drop and has to pass the turn to Oketra. Oketra plays a Plains, and then casts Hour of Revelation, destroying all non-land permanents, leaving Oketra on the battlefield. Tatyova takes her turn, casting Malimo Morrow Sorcerer, followed up by Nature's Revolt, turning all the lands into 2/2 creatures. Vivid Meadow enters Gahiji's battlefield, and then he brings himself out onto the battlefield. Thraximundar draws and casts Go for the Throat, destroying the 13/13 Trampler, Malimo Morrow Sorcerer. Passes to Oketra, who then casts Decree of Justice for 1/4/4 Angel. Joriel, Empress of Beasts, is then casted by Tatyova, entering the battlefield. And she also brings herself back to the battlefield. Passing the turn to Gahiji, he plays a Plains, and then Eidolon of Blossoms, triggering himself to draw another card. And then casts Ghostblade of Eidolon as a creature, also triggering Eidolon of Blossoms and drawing another card. Then Thraximundar plays Pillage, targeting Drifting Meadow. Drifting Meadow goes, and Oketra takes her turn by swinging in at Thraximundar. Gahiji triggers Oketra's creatures. They all get +2/+0, which is enough to knock Thraximundar out of the game. Tatyova then takes her turn and goes to combat, attacking Thraximundar. He blocks Joriel with Gahiji himself, killing her off, and then taking 29 damage, bringing his total down to 9. Then he takes his turn, casting Boon Satyr, triggering Eidolon of Blossoms, drawing another card, and Vow of Wildness, targeting himself, and triggering Eidolon of Blossoms, drawing another card. Then cycles Secluded Step, and plays Slayer's Stronghold as his land for turn. Passes to Oketra, who casts Moon Silver Spear. She then casts Anointer Priest. And then Tatyova takes her turn, attacking Oketra with all of her creatures. Oketra blocks 3 of the forests, killing 2 of them off, and then takes lethal damage and is knocked out, leaving Gahiji as the only remaining player. Gahiji as well as Tatyova, sorry. Gahiji plays a Plains, and then in his desire to get rid of Nature's Revolt, the enchantment that's making all the creatures, or all the lands into creatures, casts Steel Hellkite, hoping he can survive one more turn, and then casts Mana Bloom for 1, triggering Eidolon of Blossoms and drawing another card. Tatyova untaps and draws her card and swings full in at Gahiji. He blocks with all of his creatures, but is just not quite enough as 5 of her lands get through, dealing 10 damage to Gahiji, bringing him to 0 as well. Tatyova wins the game, knocks all the other players out with 11 land creatures on the battlefield and herself. The plays of the game were Return to Dust, Nature's Revolt, and then Steel Hellkite. Return to Dust because the Oketra player was maybe a little hasty on playing that to get rid of a Dimir Signet. Could have held on to it. She wiped the board a couple turns later, so she may not have even needed to use it, and could have used it to get rid of Nature's Revolt, which allowed Tatyova to just have a ton of creatures on the battlefield to attack her opponents with. Gahiji attempted to play Steel Hellkite, hoping he could get rid of Nature's Revolt, but if he would have paid attention, he would have noted that his creatures could have actually swung in that turn for lethal and taken Tatyova out of the game. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who we were hoping to win, he didn't notice that, and Tatyova won the game as a result. Hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. If you want to see any of the deck lists, check out the deck tech links in the description below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace! Thanks for watching. You can help support this channel by hitting that subscribe button. This will help keep you up to date on content from Budget Commander. If you liked the video, make sure you like the video. Leave me a comment with your thoughts on this topic, and if you think someone else could benefit from this video, feel free to share. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk with you next time.